Jump Change Outdoors. Today, I'm going to discuss this pontoon that I bought, not quite a year ago. It's a 1990 20-foot Sun Cruiser. It's really nice for what I paid for it. And you may not think this is a cheap boat, but I only gave $200 for this boat and trailer. And yes, it's got some issues, and I've done some work to it thus far. Here, we'll give you a peek inside. Things are a little rough, but it ain't too bad. It's usable. And I want to talk to you about boat ownership and buying a boat. It's got the original 1990 Evinrude 60, and it was oil injected from the factory, but it was actually deleted shortly after it was bought. And this is a kind of a cool old boat. I've actually rode on it with the former owner. They ended up getting another boat, and it kind of sat for a good while. It needs some love. I've done quite a bit of work to it myself last summer, but needs a little cleaning inside, and we've done some cleaning to it. And this is going to be a new fishing boat, and this is going to be for like bigger lakes, and up here on this corner, we're going to put some fishing pole holders, and gonna do some fun like that. Those monster rod holders. I think we're going to do something like that. And we have a live well under here. It's kind of storage right now. It's kind of rough and needs cleaned. Got our anchors. Somebody put fishing seats back here. Now I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to do away with that, and I'm going to go to pontoonstuff.com. I seen they had some good deals on bench seats. I think they're about $5.50, I think, for the pair. And I'm probably going to change a captain's chair, and probably leave the floor. The floor is solid. There's a couple bad spots in the carpet, but for right now, I think I'm going to leave it. But I want to discuss some things while I'm doing this video, and I want people to understand what you're getting yourself into when you buy a boat. Yes, you can buy a boat for $200, but you got to understand, it's like buying a used exotic sports car. Repair bills can be expensive, especially if you take it to the marina. Like when I bought this, I had to put a new jack on it. I had to redo the wires for the lights. The chains are rusted now. I probably should have used galvanized, but I didn't. I put new safety chains. I put new LED navigation lights on it. And the driving lights on it actually work, so I just left them. There's the other one. And we put new tires on it, new wheel bearings, new wheel bearing buddies. I mean, we've done a lot of work, and I even done a lot of work to the motor. I put a new head gasket. I put temperature kill switch, tuned it up. And surprisingly, when I pulled the head gasket off of this thing, it still had the cross-hatching from the factory in the cylinders, so it must not have too many hours on the motor. So the trailer itself is a light duty. Let me try to get down here. I'm having a little trouble with my knee, but you can kind of see the light duty axle. Got little itty bitty tires. I'll find another trailer. and I will set it under here at some point. But the things I want to talk about, just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's a good idea to buy it. You got to have a physical ability, which I have some issues with, but I have friends that will help me. And money. Can you afford to fix this boat? Can you afford to bring this boat back? You got to think about those things. And where are you going to keep the boat? And let me tell you, in a storage unit like where I'm keeping this is about $60 a month for this parking spot. And this is only temporary, and I will move the boat to a private property. There's things like that you need to think about. And, I thought about it, and I said, I really can't afford it. And I talked to my girlfriend. She says, well, I'll do it. And I had her to have the understanding that it's going to take money to fix this boat. And she understood that. And we've already sunk a lot of money into this boat. It is usable. And the carburetors do need rebuilt. And I'm sure as we run it, we will probably find other things that it needs and get the bugs out of it. But use a little common sense. I just don't understand why people want to pay $40,000, $50,000 for a boat. Yes, it's not as pretty, but you only use the boat, 4 or 5 months here in Indiana a year, and then you're making payments. I like to pay cash and put money in it as I get money, and I like to enjoy life, other than be buried in bills. And the way things are now, with this coronavirus going on and everybody's losing their job and they're hurting for money, I don't have a payment. We own this outright. And that is one of the things that I like about this. See, boat ownership is not for the privileged. Anybody can be a boat owner. This boat I purchased off of a friend of mine. He was getting a new boat, and I got it for a good deal. And there was some sentimental value to this boat. There was a lot of time spent on this boat with a friend of mine that was tragically killed in an accident about a year ago. His name was Clyde, and his nickname was Rawhide. And this boat's name will be Rawhide after my friend Clyde. And this boat will be kept around, be part of the Chump Change Outdoors fleet. It may be a little bit before I get to use it. And I'll get up on the boat and kind of give you a tour inside. Hello, folks. I'm back up here and I'm on the boat. Yes, the interior's a little weathered, but everything is solid. As far as I could sit in this chair, you might be a little wet. This is the instrument cluster. It's seen better days, but everything works. And see, the thing about this is, you don't have a payment. And if you buy a boat like this, it's not going to happen overnight. See, I can afford to put a little money in this as I get money. And you don't have to be in debt. This is something that I want to, I really want to stress. See, the seats are still kind of usable. They are dirty, but they will work. And the reason why I want to replace this is kind of looking a little nasty back here. And I want to replace this. I'm going to take these seats out and I'm going to put a bench in there, because I'm going to take the grandkids, my girlfriend's mom, she's elderly, and possibly my dad. And I kind of just want to make it a little more comfortable for those, for those people. The radio actually works in here. I don't have it hooked up right now for some reason. I guess because I'm nervous because I'm on camera. I can't get it open, but it does work. And I'll show you the other side of my live well. It has two pieces to it. There's my anchors. I put them in a milk crate to kind of help keep them corralled. I have my little fire extinguisher. My spare tires laying up here. Now, when I bought tires, I went to Walmart because I was in a hurry. I needed to get it out of where I was keeping it. But if you go to a tire shop, a lot of times you could buy a tire put on a rim cheaper than you can go to like Tractor Supply or what we have, Rural King around here. And you can buy tires and get it mounted cheaper than you can go buy one ready to go. And you can save yourself some money. This is my other anchor. That's the ladder in case the grandkids want to get in the water and swim. But what my plans are is I want to put monster rod holders up here in the corner, in that corner, and probably put another set back here off to the sides, and kind of make a nice fishing slash family boat out of it. And this old captain's chair right here, he ran this, my friend Clyde ran this boat quite often. I rode on this boat, went fishing many times with my friend and the guy that actually owned the boat, and we had a lot of fun on this boat. So I was acquainted with the boat before I even bought it. And there's another spare anchor. But this is the kind of stuff that you got when you go to buy a boat. You don't have to do that. I mean, you don't have to spend tons of money. So as I was talking about earlier, I have things that I need to do. Need to replace these bumpers. Probably replace my spares. They're probably a little bit worn. But I'm thinking about polishing the tunes on this. I've seen people do it, and it looks like they've done a fairly good job. My Benamy top, it's a little rough, but it does work. I plan on replacing it. Sorry there, I'm a little out of breath. I'm an old fat man. There's my new LED lights, and the only reason why I bought them is because they were so cheap. And this is part of the hose for the live well. This is the hookup for the speedometer and the fish finder. There we go. And I ain't got any leaks on the tilt and trim. And some of the things you want to look at when you're buying a boat, look at the welds back here where the motor is. Look for cracks. If you see cracks, like stress cracks, I don't know if I can get the camera in there. I don't know if there's enough light. But look for cracks. And I didn't see any. And, you know, that's the kind of stuff you want to look for. And always make sure the back of your boat is tied down good. Just trust me. I've seen people do that. And here's the hookup for the rear navigation light. It does work. I fiddled with it last year. I didn't change that. It's the same. But that's kind of a tour of the Rawhide here. The 1990 Sun Cruiser Sunshine. And I kind of wanted to give you a once over. The prop's got a little bit of dents in it, but still good. Has plenty of storage. The gas tanks are in behind the panel back here. Let me show you. Gas tanks back there. The other gas tanks in storage. I was borrowing it for another project. But overall, you know, when I get it done, yeah, I could have probably went and bought another pontoon that was running, and I'll have the same amount of money. But the thing of it is, with this one, I'm going to know what I have. I'm going to know what shape it is mechanically. I'm going to have it sorted, and I'll have a decent boat. Is it new? No. Is it going to be pretty? Probably not. But you know what? You can have just as much fun on an older boat like this as a brand new one, and you don't have the payment. A lot of people think newer is better. And, you know, I could go out and buy a new boat, but I'm not going to. I just absolutely refuse to tie that money up. And we have a lot of fun on boats, and maybe sometime this year we'll get this out on the water. And I might do some future videos on this, on repairs that I do. I just kind of wanted to give you guys a quick overview of my $200 pontoon boat. And hope you're all being safe during this coronavirus. And hopefully this will end soon, and we all can get back to normal and get back to living our lives. Y'all have a good day. Thank you.